Okay, so now we're to carving the fanback seat. So I've got the contour map up here, as you see, and it's a 1 3/4 stick, so it's a little thinner, and I even carve it to even look thinner. I start out thinner and take more wood off of it than the other seats, than most of the other seats, and also it's carved in some ways the same, but it is a little bit different than the continuous arm and the comeback, which I've shown in video already, carving it. And the fanback drops off fast off of the spindle deck and then stays kind of flat and comes around, whereas the continuous arm and the comeback kind of have a little high area out here. They drop down and come back up and then come back down to the pommel here. And then the pommel on those is extended. There's a line that's extended, but here I don't have that. It's just one single point where the pommel is here, and it all drops off from there. Now here's the seat, and as you can see, I've already carved it. Now the reason, hope you're not disappointed, the reason I've already carved it is because I've already shown how to carve two seats, and they're already up there in video. You can go view the comeback series, number 15 and 16, and then you can view the continuous arm series, and that would be number 8 and 9, showing you how to carve it. And in the continuous arm, I really show a detail. We get the camera up high showing you how to do this bottom cut right there. So I just felt I just didn't need to go through that again, because it's the same stuff, chopping it out with an adze and going to the scorp and the trebuchet and then scrapers and then sanding it. So we're going to move forward here now and just bore holes for the legs, taper the legs, measure for the stretchers, and turn the stretchers. So I'll move this out of the way and pull up the template here. We'll take a look at it. So here's the templates here, and the seat template, and it shows the position of the legs, and I've got 2 points at which you can drill the hole for the legs. One is for drilling it prior to carving, and the other is for drilling it post carving, and that's all noted on there. I've carved it, and we're going to drill it after carving. Doesn't matter which way you do it. I do it both ways. There's the siding angle, and we're going to be drilling the rear one at 23.3. Now all this point stuff just has to do with the math, so don't let that worry you. Set it for 23 and drill it, or 23.5. You can set it for that and drill it. And then down here 17.5 for this, sided off of that point. And as most of you know, you get that through rake and splay. And if you want to know more about rake and splay, I've got a whole video shot on that. It's under the continuous arm series, and it's video number 6, and I go into depth explaining it. Okay, well, let's just go over to the bench and set up and bore these, and then I'll flip it over and we'll ring them, taper them. Okay, so I've got my siding angle lines laid out with a pen so you can see them on film there. And then I got the bevel squares set at the resultant angle for the front leg, which I'm going to bore first. And I like to set it up to where I can be just directly behind it. And one thing I did, I guess I wasn't thinking or whatever, but I went ahead and carved the back of the seat. Typically, I leave the wood on the back of the seat. I get the front all carved and ready, and then I bore these holes while I have something to clamp it with back here. But for some reason I didn't do that, so I've had to clamp it up kind of on the corner of the bench where I can get behind that line. But I like to stand directly behind it. And so when drilling this, if you want, you can have somebody sight you, or you can put a mirror over here. It works well. I've just done it so much I can just put the mirror over to the side and do it. As far as drill bits go, I've got this kind of crazy Cook's patent here that is an old auger bit that's rarely used or seen, but I like them. I like the way that they bore a hole. And but you can use anything that'll drill a hole here, whether it's in a power drill or a bit brace. I like using the bit brace because I like the sound off of it, but and I like the feel and the pace and all that. So, okay, I'll just bore this thing and bore all the way through. Now I'll sit back up and bore the other ones. Here we go.